What's up? It is Tuesday morning, 9 o'clock. I did not go to work today because I decided I would wake up and go to urgent care as soon as they opened so that I could get this throat bubble thing looked at because it's killing me. And my appointment at the gastro clinic is not for 10 days at this point, and that's just too long. So my fear is that maybe I have, or my hope is that I have a throat infection or a sinus infection of some sort, and that maybe that's what's causing all of my throat troubles, because I read that they could be related. Because if you're having like sinus problems and you've got like post-nasal drip going on, that it can irritate the back of your throat and your esophagus and just cause some problems. We'll see what they say, because I'm completely paranoid to eat anything at this point that isn't super plain. And last night was another bad night of trying to fall asleep. It just felt like I don't know how to say this without it sounding worse than it was, is that it felt like the left side of my throat was closing in on itself, but not in a way that was making it hard for me to breathe or anything. Like, I really don't know how to explain it other than to say that, and that sounds really terrifying, but that's what it felt like, is that I could feel the inside of the left side of my throat, like it was just being pushed inward in some way, and that I could just feel it, and it was very weird and uncomfortable and kind of terrifying, and I was like, is this something I need to go to the hospital or to the ER about? I really don't know. So I've got my whole list of symptoms so that I don't forget anything. I have it written down, I mean. Why, hello, I have just gotten out of the doctor's, or urgent care. Okay, so there's like a lot of things to say. There's a lot going on here and a lot I gotta do. But basically everything that I said is basically what she said. So she has definitely diagnosed me with allergies, and she has diagnosed me with GERD, gastrointestinal whatever disease. It could be temporary. The issue is that we don't know what's causing it, the GERD. So it could be the allergies, it could be bacterial, it could be more serious, but she doesn't think it's serious at this point. It sounds like she thinks that it's a temporary situation. And so she's going to treat both things with medicine. So, for the allergies, because the allergies could be causing like a drip and like irritating the throat, blah, blah, blah. She did all these like physical tests on me, and she like doesn't feel like I have anything serious, like any ulcers or anything like that. She doesn't think it's, like, did I already say that? She doesn't think it's been happening long enough for me to have to do any tests, which I'm kind of disappointed at. I feel like I really just want to get those tests and find out. But anyway, so for the allergies, I'm going to take 3 different things to get rid of those. And my Portland allergies usually end this month anyway, so the allergies should not even be an issue by the end of this month. But in the meantime, I have to take a saline solution first, and then I need to use Flonase, which you all know I already have. So I need to take that next, and then she wants me to take Zyrtec, which I have tried in the past, and that didn't help me, but I'll try again. But she wants me to take Zyrtec. And as far as the GERD, I need to continue, so as far as the GERD, she prescribed me something to take that I have to pick up at the pharmacy. What is it? Omeprazole, I don't know, I'm driving very slowly, but I cannot see what it is. It's something that I have to take that's supposed to help with the symptoms of the GERD, and I need to take that for about a month, okay? And then in the meantime, as far as eating, I need to eat very plainly for the next week, and then she said to start adding in other foods if I want it, if I have like what she said was like eat very bland for the next week, but if after that, you start to feel like maybe you want a taco, throw in a taco, see how that goes. So basically just introduce foods in about a week and see how I feel. And she seems to think, I mean, the way she's talking now, it sounds like this is a temporary thing, but there's no way to know. So we're going to see how the things go for the next month. And then she said if it doesn't get better in a month, then she wants to start testing me for the bacterial thing. She just said it's not been long enough. I don't know, for whatever reason, she said it's just not been long enough for her to think that it's bacterial. Alright, you guys, it is after work on Tuesday. And I went to Rite Aid and I tried to do the drive-through thing, but it was like being in the 80s at a bank where like you couldn't see the teller. There was just like the tube that you have to shoot this clear plastic thing through. Oh my god, what are they called? So they were like, it's not ready, and then they sent the tube back, but like they didn't give me my insurance card, and I was like trying to like beep them and be like, I need my insurance card, but the guy was just like, have a nice day, we'll be ready in 30 minutes. So I was like, screw this, I'm starving, I have to leave. And I'll just worry about my card when I come back in 30 minutes. So I went back, and it actually turns out that I'm the one that forgot the card because it was actually hidden behind something in the plastic container, so I didn't see it. So I have my insurance card back, and I feel great about that. And they took my insurance, and so my medication was only $2.93, which is great. Excuse me while I hide in a bush in Fortnite because it's the last day of the season, and I'm trying to complete a quest that is to outlive 300 people, and I just need to go hide in a tree real quick, and we'll be good. So now I'm all set with my medications, so here's what I have to do. Once or twice a day, I have to use this saline nasal spray, and that's supposed to clear my passages or clear away the mucus or something, so that I can then make way for the Flonase, which luckily I already have and I'm familiar with. And she was like, if this makes sense, what you need to do is inhale the saline nose spray and just breathe the Flonase. And I found some Zyrtecs that are dissolvable, which makes me very happy because if you know me well, you know I don't do pills. And then finally, I've got my drug for the GERD. I'm not even going to try to say this. I'm just going to like type it out on the bottom here so you can see what it is. But it is for my GERD, and I need to take this once a day on an empty stomach, preferably before the heaviest meal. And so, as you know, I don't do pills, but the instructions on here say that it is okay because this is a little caplet. And inside the caplet are like little beads. So it's okay to put those little beads on some applesauce and then swallow the whole thing down really quick, and that's fine. Don't break any of the little beads, and it's fine, it says. So I'm very glad about that because I have an issue with pills. And I just went grocery shopping, and I bought the weirdest groceries of my life. I feel slightly pretentious, slightly Portland, slightly like I have an eating problem, some kind of health problem, which I do. I currently have GERD, and I'm hoping it goes away. And I can't believe that I did this, but I bought kale. I bought kale as a snack. Wait, no, I didn't get kale. Oh no, I got roasted seaweed. Ooh, now I have to look and see if this is even possible to eat, because it might not be possible for me to eat this. Let's see what it says. The entire thing has 2 grams of fat and only 50 sodium. That should be fine. All right, next thing is that I just ate dinner, and it was like the blandest, weirdest excuse for a dinner that I've ever had. And I have to say, after eating, I felt better than I have been feeling earlier today. And today I felt better than I have in multiple days. So I'm like really excited. Like I almost don't feel the bubble in my throat right now. And so I almost feel like my normal self. Like, it's still like, yeah, there's definitely something going on here. There's something wrong. I swear to God, I'm going to lose about 10 pounds this month on this GERD diet. And if this is my permanent way of life, I'm going to shrivel down to nothing. Because there is nothing to eat. It is Wednesday after work, and I am starving, okay? The other thing about GERD, though, is that you can't, like, overstuff yourself, so you can't have too much to eat, because that causes a problem, too. Anyway, I have not started my medication yet, because you have to have it on an empty stomach, and I intended on starting it today, but I forgot to bring my applesauce to put the medicine in, so hopefully I don't get any, like, bad side effects from this. I just want this feeling in my throat to go away. It's been non-stop for, like, I don't know, a week and a half now or something crazy. Off and on for the last month, constant for the last week and a half or two. So, this is pretty much all that I can talk about, is because I am starving, and I hurt, and I can't eat. I don't know, I'm trying to learn very painfully, slowly what to eat. It's a process, because there's not a lot of options. In other news, I am trying to power my way through The Handmaid's Tale, because it's a really good show, and I keep putting it off. Today was this week was the season finale, and I'm currently on episode 4, just trying to power my way through it, because it's like the most intense emotional show that I've ever watched in my life. Like, it makes me feel so emotionally horrible and drained, more than any other show in my entire life that I have ever watched. Like, I'll watch one episode and I'm like, I'm good for like the month, but then I'm like, but I need to know what happened, so then I put on another episode, and then I regret it, and I'm like, why did I watch 2 episodes in a row? Now my entire, like, life is ruined. It is Thursday morning. I'm heading off to work. Update for my GERD situation is that yesterday, after I ate, was the first time that I didn't feel the bubble in my throat in like 2 weeks. And I woke up this morning without feeling a bubble in my throat, which is like the worst feeling in the world, to have that in your throat 24/7. And I don't know why, because I only started my GERD medicine yesterday, right before I ate, and it actually takes multiple days before it takes effect. And I only started all the allergy stuff the day before, and the Flonase takes multiple days to work. The Zyrtec doesn't seem to be doing anything for me. I'm still having non-stop allergies. Nothing seems to be helping my allergies so far. So, nothing is supposed to even be taking effect. So, I feel like maybe that's a good sign, knock on wood, that this could go away. I don't know. Today is the first day of season 5 of Fortnite. I'm gonna have to dig into the details of that later. I don't have time right now. Dear Diary, it's Thursday. It's like 3 p.m. I left work early because I suddenly got ant flu. Let me tell you, I had no PMS symptoms at all this week, and it's a couple days early. 0 symptoms. Usually I'm on this thing complaining about how bad everything is, but this time, nothing. It came like a complete shock to me. That is not how my period works, okay? But this time, it just came out of nowhere. And I was like, oh, is this what it's like to be normal? You just go to the bathroom and you're like, oh, that came today. On with my life. And yesterday in the mail, I have gotten a pill crusher, which I have never used before in my life. Which is ridiculous, because I have known about pill crushers since I was like 19 working in nursing homes. And again, if you know me well, you know I don't do pills. And so normally I dissolve them and that takes 30-45 minutes. But you know what? I put the pills into this pill crusher and it crushed them in about 2.5 seconds. And then I was just able to like swallow it down, and I was like, oh my god, this is life-changing. Why have I not been doing this for the last 20 years of my life? And let me tell you, the texture of a crushed pill is 10 times better than the texture of a dissolved pill. I feel like a hot mess because of all of these pills I have to take. Like next up I gotta take this GERD pill, and then I gotta take my Zyrtec pill, and then I gotta do these nasal sprays. And I'll probably be taking more of this later. And you know, for good measure, maybe some of these. Am I 38 or 83? You tell me.